Now, when you discover a duck and her newborn ducklings have set up home on your balcony on the 9th floor of a block of flats, what do you do? Well, Steve Stuttard, who lives in Salford Quays, realised that he had to crack the problem of how to get the ducklings safely down to the ground without ruffling their mother's feathers. But he didn't get into a flap. He found a solution to fit the bill and became a social media sensation, as Ian Haslam reports.
This is Mrs. Mallard, who's unwittingly become the most famous duck on social media. Her time spent nesting on Steve Stuttard's balcony has been seen by millions, thanks to an accompanying Twitter thread and video from Steve's daughter, Emma.
I just wrote a few tweets, wrote the thread, went off and made a cup of tea and came back, and the ticker was going, and I was like, oh, okay. And then it went crazy. And the loveliest thing about this is that there are people all over the world who know how great he is now and adore him too.
It's like things are going to start to happen. Operation Mallard to begin.
What are the odds of this duck nesting on your balcony, what with you being a twitcher and everything?
1,000,000 to 1. I can't believe what's happened over the last 18 months nearly now. It's just unbelievable. For an ornithologist like me, a twitcher, it's the perfect scenario. The chicks seem a lot more active than they were a few minutes ago.
As a former Royal Navy survival specialist, Steve's adept at looking after people. Ducks, though, are a different proposition.
From when I wake up in the morning, I have to sort of tiptoe around the apartment. I check if she's on the nest or not, and normally she is. She's full of character, and she looks at me sometimes as to say, I recognise that face, but I just can't place it. It's just come up at 6 o'clock in the morning, all 7 hatched. She's great. Catch you later.
At this point came the one part he couldn't film, the bit with the most jeopardy, lowering 7 ducklings 150 feet down to the ground from his apartment in a bucket.
So here we are, down at ground level. Chicks in the bucket. Mum's over here. So I couldn't bring them down in the lift because they couldn't hear their mother. She couldn't hear them. But in a bucket, it's like a megaphone. It just amplifies the sound. So they could hear her and she could hear them. So it was a win-win situation. My work here is done.
Except it's not. Now we've got Operation Mallard too.
We have indeed. She came back 4 weeks ago, started looking around my balcony. She moved to another planter which has got a lot of grasses in it and decided she was going to nest there. We've now got 11 eggs and everything's fine, and we've got about another week to go. Success, Operation Mallard, absolute success.
Here's to the next one. Ian Haslam, BBC News.